Hello and welcome. I am Dr. Anil Joshi. Welcome you to my series Learn Radiology with Dr. Anil Joshi. Today's topic is on radiophysics. But we have got lecture series on all the aspects of radiodiagnosis, may it be conventional radiography, ultrasound, CT, MRI, or otherwise. You will find right from the physics up to its application, up to case studies, and multiple different lectures you will find on our website. Do visit our website and get the information given there. Today's topic is on radiophysics, and that is also on the tube component. X-ray tube component is an interesting topic. Like X-ray tube, there is also a tube in CT machine, but it is different. There is also a tube in mammography machine. It is different. So today we are going to concern only with X-ray machine, conventional X-ray machine tube. So let's get going to the X-ray tube component and parts. What are they and what are their functions? The lecture is to have gross idea about the tube design and tube component. Each and every component tube has further basic physics, and that is covered in different lectures. Each and every component which we are uttering here, there are full lectures on it, and they are available on our website. These are discussed in some other lecture. All are available in our website. So this is how the tube looks like, which every one of us has seen when we go to X-ray department. Now X-ray tube, there are multiple components. It has to have electricity supply, it has to take care of the heat. Then this is the inside cross section of the tube, and let us see what it has got. Now what is the basic aim of tube is to convert electricity which is supplied by corporation MSCB to X-ray. Now how it is a different lecture, everything has been given. Now it is done with the help of the tube. Now once the aim is decided, the tube has to convert electricity into photons or the X-rays. It can generate heat also while producing the X-rays. So what is exactly proportion? 99% of the incident energy is converted into heat. So there has to be proper heat dissipation, there is proper management of this heat production, and hardly less than 1% are the photons which are converted from the electricity. Now further details we are going to see. Look at this, how many components are there. Now each and every component you think over, and now I will be explaining you. Housing. Housing is a visible part of the tube. Most important part, housing, is to give you protection against radiation. Housing allows radiation to go only through a window which is covered by a collimator. So it is not supposed to have any radiation leak, and this is time to time controlled, confirmed by quality assurances. Now it has got a glass envelope. Glass envelope is a vacuum. It is also one of a type of filter which filters low energy KVs. Now it's a vacuum tube, and it contains electrodes which are cathode is a filament tungsten, and anode. So there are two components, cathode and anode, inside this tube. Now it has got other things also, like shielding against leakage. I told you that once you are operating the machine, you must be protected from the scattered radiation. Then there has to be electrical insulation, otherwise what will happen is what is shown, the person will get shocked. And here the shock will not be simple, because the voltage we are dealing is right up to 150 kV, that is 150,000 volts. So that's so high we are dealing here. So we have to take proper precaution. There has to be proper installations, and there has to be a proper quality assurance checkup. Now this tube housing is filled with a oil. It is outside, it has got nothing to do with the X-ray production. The main role of this is to keep the tube cool, that is heat dissipation, then electrical insulation. Below, on the end of the tube, it allows oil to expand when hot. So oil will get expand and it will get expelled out. Now filaments, similar to the light bulb, they glows when they are heated. They, because of thermionic emission, they will boil off electrons. Now target is a large, usually tungsten block. There can be two. It can be stationary like we see in a dental unit, or it can be rotating. Now we are going to see them in detail when we'll have a different lecture on them. Here we are going to have just a gross idea what are there in the tube. So filament, a target, then we have seen housings, we have seen glass envelope, and now there are coils of tungsten wire similar to the bulb, electric bulb we are saying. They are cathode, that is source of electrons. When heat is applied, when the electricity is applied, they get heated. When they get heated, there is thermionic emission. That is, the electrons will boil out, and these electrons will be used to convert into the X-rays. So filament heated by electric current, like a common bulb. This is the tube filament, and it is the. Now what more we have got here? We have got here X-ray produced by two distinct processes. One thing is characteristic radiation and another is Bremse-Strangham. These two are discussed extensively in more detail in some other chapter, and there you can see them. Not only these two, but there are other types also, which ideas were given in that. You can refer to our list, you can go to our website, or you can find them. Now let's come to the output beam spectrum. The output photon beam consists of characteristic radiation, then characteristic of the target material. It will depend on the material by which the target is prepared, and there is several discrete energies, different kV, the photons will be released. Then Bremse-Strangham. Bremse-Strangham are the type of radiation which contribute to 75% of the usefulness or image formation, and that's why Bremse-Strangham is important. It contributes to the kVs 0 to 150 almost, but more in between 70 to 120. Now spectrum depicts fraction of beam at each energy level. Now there is tube current MA also. The rate of the electron flow from the filament to the target is determined by that, and there are electrons, something like per second, not to be precise but just for a descriptive purpose, then measured in milliamperes. They're not the same as filament current, it is different. Here you can find it. I'm trying to concentrate. Then there are exposure parameters. One is kV, high voltage applied to the X-ray tube. Then MA is a rate of electron flow from the cathode to anode during the exposure. Then there's exposure time, that is duration of X-ray is exposed, and MS is a product of MA into second, is a mathematics. You calculate it. Some machine has got inbuilt calculation and they give you directly values. Now beam intensity, it is a product of photons in the beam, then photon energy spectrum. The unit for it is Röntgen, that is per unit, and measurement is by ionization rate of the air and depends on the kV, MA, target material and filtration. Now intensity and the techniques. The beam intensity is proportional to MA. Beam intensity is proportional to kV. Here we have shown you the filament voltage source and high voltage. That is, we have applied this from the available MSCB electricity board. The supply is applied, the current is applied, and that is converted into X-rays. Now focal spot. A focal spot is a size. It affects and limits the resolution. There is a detailed discussion on types of focal graphs, focal spots, and you must refer it. Then position of the anode, struck by the electron stream. Then most of the tubes have two filaments and thus two focal spots, only one used at a time. Small focus, it improves resolution. Then large focus, it improves heat rating, and electron beam strikes larger portion of the target. By using a large focus, you expose at a time larger surface area for the bombarding of the electrons, and that's why heat dissipation is better. Furthermore, you put it in a rotating position. Now focal spot size, here we have shown you, is also important for image quality. There is a lecture on penumbra and penumbra. You must see it, how it affects it. The larger the focal spot, the more it will be blur and a tiny place on the patient. So here you can get very easily. If you want to go to higher MA or higher MS, then you cannot have a small focus. You have to go for a larger focus, because tube rating will be always better with a larger focus. And small focus are usually used for the bone radiography or where you need a sharper picture. But here the patient needs to be very cooperative because you are operating machine on low MA. The larger focal spot is equal to better heat rating because dissipation will be better. Electron beam applies huge amount of heat to the target. Here we are showing it in diagram. Now larger focal spot, better heat rating, that is obvious. If you want to go for quick succession of X-rays, if you want to go for long exposure, you have to go for larger focus, but here a sharpness is compromised. The larger the area of electronic beam hits, the more intense the beam can be without melting the target, because there is a lot of heat produced. If we do not dissipate it properly, then the anode will melt. Now the target angle is made in such a way that it will fall correctly over the area of interest, that is on the table, the patient. Now target angle is angle between the target and perpendicular to the tube axis. Typically it is 7 to 15 degrees to get the best results, but from machine to machine they differ. Again here we are showing line focus principle, that is actual true focal spot, how it differs. Here we are showing you with the help of diagram. Now actual focal spot as seen from the filament and apparent effective projections for the focal spot as seen from the tube port of the patient. It is between 7 to 12 degrees. Now here target angle, again we are larger and smaller, we are explaining it better. If you want a poor heat rating, you use large. Then if you want better field coverage, you use a large. Then the small focus will give you optimized heat rating and it will limit field of coverage. Then what is the Heal effect? The intensity of X-ray beam significantly reduced on the anode side. Beam goes through the more target material existing anode on the anode side. Diagrammatically it is better to understand, easy to understand rather than descriptive. Now there are two types of anodes. One thing is stationary, another is rotating. Stationary will have low heat dissipation, so it is used in a smaller unit like a dental. It will be compact. Now the rotating will be better. It will have better heat dissipation, but it will be bulky in the size. Then the target is annular track, like in a diagram we have shown, that moves, that is rotating, and it spreads heat over the larger area. The speed of rotation is between 3600 in most of the tubes, but some of the high ending machines where angiographies are done, it can be 9600, where we need to take rapid succession, more x-rays, heat dissipation required more. There we use the speed as 9600 rotations per minute. Faster will have better heat dissipation. Then anode rating, rotation will distribute the heat. Now basic aim is to distribute the heat which is being created. So advantage of the rotating anode is there is better heat rating, there is better heat dissipation, and the disadvantage is it is more complex, it is bulky, it needs a rotor driven circulatory motor winding in housing, then it needs a bearing insert, and because of that it becomes bulky, heavy and also costly. But when you need a higher rating for the tube, there is no alternative. Here now we are showing larger rotating anode has got larger diameter, then better heat dissipation, it is heavier, it is costlier, disadvantages, and the material is usually tungsten because it has got the heat dissipation in best way. Now with this we are coming to the end of the lecture. I thank you for giving me your valuable time. I hope I have tried to make this topic simplified, but each and every point in this lecture has got elaborative lectures somewhere else, that is in our website. Go to our website, find out, and that will give you a fully detailed videos. With that, I am Dr. Anil Joshi logging off. Till we meet next time, goodbye, good luck and take care.